Hey friends, Sam here. Today I'm going to be ranking all the fog plants in Plants vs. Zombies 1 from worst to best. And also, whenever I'm done with this series, I'm going to be making my top 10 favorite plants in Plants vs. Zombies 1 ranking. So stay tuned for that. So, without further ado, let's begin. At the back end of this list is the sea shroom. Okay, I know some people think that the cactus is the worst, but we'll get to that later. Because for me, I think that the sea shroom is the worst. For one, it's basically just a puff shroom that can only be used in one world. Well, I mean, you can use a coffee bean on the sea shroom in the day pool levels, but that's 75 more sun. And two, I personally find it to be weaker than the puff shroom. Because for one, basically just a water puff shroom, and two, it can only be used in one world. So yeah, the sea shroom is just in my opinion, one of the most pointless plants in the game. 7 is the plant turn. The plant turn basically clears away the fog permanently, some of the fog, half of the fog, permanently until it's eaten. The thing that makes it trashy is that it can't clear out the whole fog. That's basically the reason why my dad also thinks that it's trash. And the plant turn is basically just actually pretty bad, in my opinion. 6 is the blower. The blower also clears away fog, but get this, only temporarily. And it got a big improvement in the second game because there's more zombies that you can blow away. It can also destroy balloon zombies, but the blower is basically bad because the temporary thing of blowing away the fog, because then at some point the fog comes back. So that's basically why the blower is pretty bad. In the end, planters do the job better, but are they good? No. The only reason why I put this over the plant turn is because, well, it can actually take away the full fog. Even though it is temporarily, that's why I still hate it. And now we finally get to the cactus. This thing got a big improvement in the second game. It's like a bloomerang. I almost said boomerang. A bloomerang and a spikeweed and spike rock into one. And this one is just a pea shooter with one key difference. It can reach up and dodge fake. It can reach up and pop the balloons on the balloon zombies. Yay! And it costs 25 more sun than the ordinary dude. It's basically just an expensive pea shooter that can destroy balloons on the balloon zombies. But in the end, blowers do the job better. But again, are they good? No. 4 is the split pea. Split pea got a big improvement as well in the second game, but it's not bad in the first game either. The reason why I got an improvement in the second game is because there's more zombies that go to the back, like the pterodactyls that drag zombies to the front, but the zombies go the other way, and also the prospectors, whenever TNTs blow up to make them also go to the front of the yard, but goes backwards. in this one, it's basically just another pea shooter. And the back of the head, it's a repeater and it's more damaging. That's why it's good. It's good for digger zombies and pole vault zombies and pogo zombies because they all can jump over zombies, well, except the digger. But the digger basically digs into the front of the yard, but again, goes backwards. So that's why I genuinely like the split pea, but in the end, star fruits do the job better. But again, are they good? This time, yes. 3 is the magnet shroom. The magnet shroom is genuinely better in the first game than in the second game, because in this game, it can take away metal from a lot more zombies, like the pogo zombie and buckethead zombie and football zombie. Oh yeah, speaking of football zombie, in the second game, you can't actually take its helmet away from the magnet shroom in the second game. It just stays on it until it's dead. So yeah, I like the magnet shroom more in the first game than in the second game. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, the magnet shroom in the second game is pretty good because, get this, it can actually take away the head of the punk zombie in Neo Mixtape Tour. Because the punk zombie's head has a whole lot of little piercings, and the piercings are all made of metal. So that's why the magnet shroom is good in both the first game and in the second game. In second place is the pumpkin.
Hey, but Samuel Champion the Gumball and SpongeBob fan! GMBS ranked this as second place in his Folk Plus ranked from worst to best. So, you should be number 1.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm thirsty. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, the pumpkin is a pretty good plant, and it can basically protect the plant because you can plant any plant inside of it. Well, except for the lily pad and the flower pot. And it's basically a little defensive plant that can protect your plants, you know? So, yeah, the pumpkin is a pretty good plant also in both the first game and in the second game. Well, it's actually premium in the second game, so I haven't gotten to get it. But I'm sure it'll be good because it'll basically just do the exact same thing. So yeah, you gotta get this plant if you want to protect your plants. And taking the top spot today is the star fruit. The star fruit is your main good offense against the digger zombie because it'll go into the back of the lawn. Well, actually, at the back where it's exactly near your house. It'll go right near your house but go backwards, and that's where your star fruit comes in. It does a better job than split pea because the star fruit is a multi-die range plant. And the star fruit does a whole lot of directions. Does 5 directions. But the only downside is that none of the directions are actually in front of the star fruit. So if there are zombies in front of it, it is endangered. So that's basically the exact same thing that is bad about the star fruit. So that's basically why I don't like the star fruit that much, but it's still pretty good. And that is my list. Share your list if you want, and I will be making sure to get the roof plants done, and then the Tweety Dinkies. That's still a very bad name, very stupid, but okay. And then the top 10 best plants in Plants vs. Zombies, and also the top 10 worst plants in Plants vs. Zombies. And I will make some separate lists for Plants vs. Zombies too. So yeah, peace out.